So I'm currently paused at 7:24 on episode 5 of Sword and Fairy 4. I don't know why they changed it to the name Sword and Fairy 4 rather than Chinese Paladin 4. Can anybody tell me what they do that for? I have never played the game. I hadn't even heard of it until I saw these popping up, so I have no idea where the reference of anything is coming to or how accurate it is. No idea whatsoever. The only reason I want to watch Sword and Fairy 4 is because Mao Zedong plays one of the main characters, who I so far love, and because I do not remember his name at all, but the main male character is played by the actor who plays him in Princess and the Werewolf, and I also saw him in Handsome Siblings. I hated the show Handsome Siblings, but I loved his character, and I loved his character with the girl that he ends up with. They were beyond adorable. I think I've mentioned that show and a few other things. But anyway, keeping this really short. I am trying something completely different. I have no idea if I'll use this or not. We'll see. Just because I film it doesn't mean I have to use it, and we'll see if I continue filming it or not. We'll see how this goes. Doing episode by episode is nearly impossible, especially the longer it is, because it takes too long. It ends up being far too long. So the way I decided maybe I'll try to do this one is 1 minute per episode. And I forget how many episodes, but even if there's 40 episodes, 1 minute per episode means about 40 minutes. That's not too bad for a reaction thing when it's a whole show. So we'll just see if I continue with this or not. This is just for fun, just to see what happens. But the main problem that I've run into so far, one to you, this is probably going to look a little choppy, which kind of sucks, because I'm starting and stopping the video after each episode to just film a minute to tell you what I think so far. Problem is, I don't know how long I can do 1 minute. It might have to go over a minute on some episodes, less than a minute on some episodes, I don't know. But the main problem that I'm running into already is that I've got such a flippin' short memory, and so much can happen within, even though these episodes are only, 45 minutes, I thought some of them were shorter than that, weird. Anyway, within 45 minutes, I have so many thoughts and so many things that I was thinking of. By the end of the episode, you get maybe 1 or 2 out of probably 10 thoughts that I had, which kind of sucks. And I've had several little reference points that might be interesting and whatnot for already for the first 4 episodes that are kind of completely getting overshadowed by my current extreme dislike, bordering on very much hatred of the main female character, and because of his reaction to her and the allowance of what she's doing happening, and the defense and encouragement of what she's doing from the main guy character. I'm not liking the main guy character right now either. So, unless this all changes, this is... And Liu is the one that's currently on screen. If I remember, I'll put up a picture of what it looks like right now. Which means I have to take a screen cap of it so that I don't forget it. Wait, I told you what time it's at, so you can look it up yourself. But anyway, wrapping this up. Liu, so far, I can't say I like her either, because she's just one of those, there's character types, not necessarily hatred, but just dislike. I currently don't like her because it's just a character type. There's a specific character type where they're always like this. They're so prim and proper in absolutely everything they do. Even their speech is very calculated, etc. And I don't like that. I don't like those characters. They're so annoying for so many different reasons. So this is the thing with my opinions of things change so much within a story, and that's normal. But so far, I don't like her because that's the kind of character she is. But at least she, episode 4, like I say, with the flippin' character, it's not thievery because I'm doing it for... Yes, it is thievery. And I am so sick and tired. She's like, as the guard is like, you escaped from jail. Why are you not in jail? And they, wheedle her way out of it so that she doesn't have to be in jail. And not only is she not in jail, she's being welcomed basically as a family member of this family. And you're welcome here. No, that would be fine apart from the fact that these shows do that all the time, where someone has done something wrong, and she's they set it up so that she can make up for this, which is good, because they usually don't even do that much. They just doesn't count, it's fine. She wasn't really, she's stealing from bad guys to help the poor, so it doesn't really count. It's not really stealing, sorry, wrong word, it's not stealing, she's not a thief. If she's a thief, she's a thief. Even if there are things that, whatever. Long introduction. I've already used more time than I did per episode so far, so, sorry. It is so hard to stop. Anyway, that's the introduction. Now go ahead and watch the video if you want to watch my reactions as they progressively change along the way of watching a drama. That's what this is for, is to I don't know. How much do my opinion change? as I go through a show. You'll see if I do continue with this and end up releasing this video, this is what it looks like. If you're interested in that, keep watching. Sword and Fairy 4. Sword and Fairy 1. Chinese Paladin 4. I don't know. Anyway, enjoy. Sword and Fairy 4, Episode 1. Why did they change the name to Sword and Fairy 4 instead of Chinese Paladin? It was Chinese Paladin for how long? And all of a sudden it's Sword and Fairy 4. I almost didn't click on it to watch it because I was like, what is it? I don't know. I was waiting for Chinese Paladin. Anyway, I've never seen any of these before. Here you go. Episode 1. That was a very confusing beginning. A lot of people, a lot of action happening, a lot of names all of a sudden thrown out at me. That little flying pig, oh my gosh, the CG is amazing so far. But that little flying pig, I hate that voice. Oh, that voice for the main character boy, too, is weird, to say the least, because I've heard that voice for other people that don't look anything like this kid. And that girl's character, oh my gosh, she'd better change fast, because so far, oh, that little, what is a good word for her? Disrespectful jerk. Episode 2. No! I'm so excited. Mom, I already love his character. That girl is driving me insane. I know she's supposed to be one of the good girls, but that is one of the things that instantly gets my back up so bad. Instantly. Speaking of, all humans are hypocritical. Yeah, most humans are hypocritical in some way. I can't stand it when a character, like, she's a good girl, I'm sure, but at the same time, she had better make up for all the, like, despicableness she's doing right now, because for the love of sanity, she completely intrudes on his personal space, basically like right into his house, and just takes over and steals all his stuff. She's completely using him for her own agenda, not explaining anything, and he is so naive. His father's like, no, keep him here, because if he goes down the mountain and he's taken advantage of by bad guys, well, he's not being taken advantage of by a bad guy exactly at the moment, because, like, whatever, but he's been being taken advantage of. He's totally being tricked into thinking that she's a good girl, and she's like honestly cares about him and all this stuff, and she's just plain using him, and it drives me insane. I couldn't stand that pig's voice. I am so glad he's gone. No! Episode 3. And he says, don't mind her bad temper, she's just like that. And that's kind of sort of a sum up in a short form, because I can't spend more than 1 minute on each episode when there's so many episodes in this drama if I'm going to do it this way. She is one of the top 5, if not one of the top 3 most hated female characters I come across in any kind of drama ever. I just cannot, like, nothing about her. I can't stand anything about her. She needs to change really fast, because I'm hating every scene that she's in. On the other hand, shoot, I forgot to look at what his name is. I can't keep calling him Mao. Ziying. I absolutely adore Ziying. And I would like Tianhe better if he wasn't one of those typical ones. The perfect match for the type of girl like she is. So gullible. He just, for absolutely no reason whatsoever, aside from the fact that she's the first girl he's ever seen and she's cute. Okay, that's what you call naivety. He knows absolutely nothing. And just because she's a pretty girl and she smells like his mother, she is the best person ever. His best friend. Oops, I went over a minute. Episode 4, and I'm getting tired, so I'm losing energy. But I still don't like her. That's all I can talk about right now, because I just don't like her. What was I gonna say? When he meets the guy, Zhao something, I can't remember his name, the guy dressed in black, and he's like, a murderous aura, and she comes along, no, this is my friend. He's like, oh, okay. Dude? Yeah, of course, her reasoning is, me and my family will die if I don't... Yeah, anyway, of course there's some kind of reason like that, because they have to make her a good guy anyway. Good people can make stupid mistakes, and she's made a lot of stupid mistakes. I don't like her. I don't like the excuses that people are making for her. I don't like the way she's controlling him. She's totally manipulating him. He's not learning anything from her. He's being manipulated into being a good follower who listens to every word she said, whether she's right or wrong. And she's been wrong about a ton of stuff, even though she's been right about some stuff too. Like, I just can't stand her. I'm supposed to keep it less than a minute, but my word, all I can do is complain. For the first 4 minutes, all I can do is complain about her. What else is in this drama? Hold on, let me pause it for a think. Okay, that introduction to Liu, talk about over the top. I can't remember her first name. The daughter of the official guy. At least she's like, she has to make up for her mistakes. At least for once, they are saying a thief is still a thief. It doesn't matter what your reasoning is, your thief is still a thief. Yes, thank you. Thank you, somebody, for finally. Anyway, I still love Mal's character. Episode 5, quick notes taken so I don't forget everything. First of all, just to get her out of the way, still hating her. More examples of why. You started it? How did she start it? All she did was ask them if they knew where Zuying was. Would somebody please call out Ling Xia for her ridiculous, over-the-top hypocrisy? I am so sick of her. And later on she goes, how dare you steal my... Are you kidding me, girl, who has already stolen like 3 or 4 different things from Tianhe? Moving past her. I love how they say, you can't just casually touch things here, and then next thing you know, they're touching the toads. And they're like, how did this happen? I'm like, over that? Not that? Ugh. That dance was actually pretty cool. Oh crap, I'm already over a minute. Are you kidding me? They're casual at the weirdest times in these dramas, I tell you. But the only other thing I was going to say, wow, flashbacks already. I don't need flashbacks in episode 5. Are you kidding me? But, seeing what his master said in the other episode, I didn't expect it to be potentially him that's going to be facing this. And that's a whole minute and a half. Oops. Actually, I went well over, so I'm not supposed to say anything more, but I have to say, yeah, I forgot, I did write that down. I am so sick and tired of this. She gets possessed, and whatever with the stabbing him, fine, that wasn't her. She didn't actually intend to hurt him, that's true. However, under the possession, she goes and says her real, actual inner thoughts. Ling Xia's real, actual inner thoughts are finally said, but because she was possessed at that moment, once she's free from it, they literally say, we know everything you just said was nonsense. It totally wasn't you. It was him talking. Episode 6. What on earth is going to happen with the rest of this drama after everything that just happened in episode 6? However, weirdness, twice they said something that they already said before, and yet they say it in this drama like it's the first time that they ever said it. And the effects, like I said before, the effects are seriously cool. That bird message thing and the way they teleport and stuff, and even the magic, even though that spell is like, you guys know nothing but that spell, seriously. But I just have to say, let me say this one more time, and then I'm just going to like pretend she doesn't exist, because I seriously cannot stand Ling Xia. Like, every word out of her mouth, literally every word out of her mouth, makes me want to smack her upside the head hard. Oh, I cannot. I allow you to. He's my friend, and friends don't lie to each other. I can't lie to him anymore. He's not your friend. He's your pet dog that you are training. You know what? This is literally Blue Whisper all over again. Oh, but phew, it looks like Ziying is safe for now. I wasn't able to film this yesterday right after watching the episode, so here I am today. We can't even protect ourselves, yet we still have to protect you, says the girl who doesn't exist. And yet, Meng Li was the one that saved Lang Xi's life in episode 6, not the other way around, as far as I can tell from this episode. Episode 7. Sorry, I was supposed to say that first. Meng Li is way more useful than Lang Xi so far. Like, way more. So many times already, instead of communicating, people talk over each other, put words and or motivations into each other's mouths, and they firmly believe the whole time that they know the truth because of it. Reading too much into Tianhe's actions, he said his thoughts about liking people, and yet with this medicine, Meng Li is like, nah, you have those feelings for Ling Xia. Like, literally nobody can just speak for themselves. Everything keeps getting turned around into something else. And there's already more flashbacks. Like, do they think we're idiots? They already, in episode 7, have twice needed to remind us of conversations they just had. Why are these Asian dramas obsessed with flashbacks? Sunshine on my face, my curtain's not closed enough. I keep meaning to say, too, by the way, that, oh my gosh. Sunshine distracted me. Meng Li, her necklace, I'm sorry, but I don't like it at all. Like, I don't know what, I think the color of the jade has something, I'm assuming it's jade, something to do with the quality of it, but like, I don't like that color, and just something, it's so big and clunky and ugly, in my opinion, compared to everything about her. Everything else about her is delicate and it's ugly. Episode 8. Here they go again, lumping all love into one category when there are many different types of love. Black? What do you mean black? Are you colorblind? They are using reason to justify wrong instead of correcting wrong and healing reason. Again! And Zuying is suddenly acting like he cares about a friend? Where'd this come from? Lingsha has turned into one of those glowing spotlights everybody adores, like an idol on a pedestal. Blue Whisper all over again. Episode 10. Her expression right here? This is how I'm staring at everybody right now. Everybody. Even if a kind person has no choice but to lie to people and conceal things, it's for protection instead of harm. There is too much wrong about that statement to go into detail, but the main problem here is that the drama is claiming the statement for Lingsha, and that does not work. I honestly don't understand the logic in these spells where A is 70% there and 30% here, and that means that B, is who is 100% there, can't do anything, and neither can C, who is 100% here. Why are fluff dramas so incredibly common in China? They always, what is a fluff drama? They always have strongly enforced statements, like the one I opened this with, that never make coherent sense, either within themselves or within the attempted application, or both. They always have heroes, like I described above, that actually do way more harm than they do good, but they are the spotlit ones that apparently are the most wise ones that everybody follows because they're so amazing and wise and strong, and I'm like, they're children. They're worse than children. The level of writing of dramas like this, fluff dramas, is like for 12-year-olds at best, but they are passed off as for 16 to 18-year-olds. And it is all around ridiculously insulting and sad that this is normal and people seem to enjoy it. All or nothing mindset. No, Lingsha never intended for or wanted anyone to die when she lied to Tianhe, but she did lie, and everyone is claiming, since no death was intended is true, that also nixes the wrong of the fact that she's lying. Please stop doing this. The fact she's lying, and yet everybody is trying to justify the fact she's lying. This whole drama has made itself so absurd, I can't even care when dramatic stuff is happening. To anyone apart from Ziying, I should say, because he is the only non-absurd thing left, and even he is getting soiled by his deference due to apparent admiration and or attraction to Lingsha. It's screwed up and inconsistent and flawed, and it's driving me insane, and it's so intensely prevalent in all of these dramas, and I don't understand how people don't see it. Everybody. It's fascinating that his fingers moved, though. Episode 11. I wrote 5.5 pages response. There's no way I can summarize that in less than like 10 minutes, and that's just a summary. I am really sick and tired of shows where literally everybody turns into a fanboy or fangirl of one character. They're like a bunch of little puppies that have like basically no personality, no standout anything of their own anymore because they've all become such fanboys and fangirls. They become fixated on one character, in this case Lingsha, and like every single decision they make is they always look to her to figure out if that's what they're gonna do next or not. And she literally gets away with literally everything. Cute little quirks, but they're flaws in everybody else, but they're cute little quirks in her. She literally gets away with everything because everybody is her fanboy. The apology went exactly as I figured it would, but at least that's now finally out of the way. It's as bad as I figured. Now it's out of the way. Now we'll get to reset, see how she acts now. Does she break her promise or not? We'll see. Episode 12. And I can't anymore. I legit can't anymore. Even though, as typical, there's a big part of me that wants so badly to continue, I am curious to know what the freaking story of this drama is, And I'm curious about two characters. But these two characters here have destroyed the story for me. Because together, they are so through the roof entitled that they believe, you can tell, they believe legit that the world is supposed to be handed to them on a golden platter. One of them more forcefully than the other, but really both of them believe that the world is supposed to be handed to them on a golden platter. And they are so entitled that they think that that's how it's supposed to be. So if people aren't handing it to them on a golden platter, they start throwing temper tantrums. The one of them does, at least. The other one is veneered in a nice, soft little, well, he's just naive, that's all. No. By this point, this is way beyond naivety. This is not an accident anymore. This is happening on purpose by now. Nobody is this stupid, okay? Nobody is this stupid. Let's just go through episode 12, and this is the last one it's going to be, because I can't do it anymore. Because of these two, I can't watch this drama anymore. I can't. Still uncertain if everything is peaceful. Again. Let's just pretend that episode 11 didn't happen. Zuyang told you! And yet, you waltz in there because you're a bunch of reckless idiots. Golden platter, and they think that they are something wonderful because they are so strong and powerful and everything keeps going right for them. It's a golden platter, people. Things are being handed to them and they can't tell. But there's at least one good moment at 2:30 in this episode. Mao! This acting so good. Only 5 tails for their face, which he will then sell over and over again for probably more than 5 tails each time. My word, talk about highway robbery. Lingsha keeps claiming she's a heroine, but we've never seen nor heard any evidence for this. This is not me being biased, this is me being logical. Look at everything that we have seen and heard, aside from her herself claiming to be a heroine. All that Lingsha has done has been to steal things, to lie and to trick people, to work for bad guys, and to be enticed and whatever, falling into traps and things which other people have to save her from over and over and over and over and over and over and over again. Yeah, at the 6-minute mark, explodes again. Here we go again with the through-the-roof hypocrisy. Men are not allowed to control women, but women are allowed to control men. And by the way, you don't need a charm on him. He's already a well-trained dog. And then as soon as I wrote that, I unpaused it, and she pats him on the head. Yeah. The reckless, rash child approach, as always. Gather info, learn about people and places and relationships, etc., 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 before walking into a chaotic mess. Stop, she says. They just want to hit him. At the 12:51 mark, yeah, his face sums up my feelings on this episode. Didn't expect someone to love someone enough to risk their lives. This was supposed to be about Meng Li. They were going into this place for Meng Li to find out what is up with her necklace. How did this turn into Tianha's love for Lingsha? Everyone expects the utmost respect but won't return it. I hate this attitude in anyone. Especially when it's their territory, not yours. And yet you still think that you're the ruler of the world and everybody is supposed to kowtow to you. And if they don't, I so badly want to know what on earth. Tell me what the criteria is. The ever-shifting, completely unstable, absolutely hypocritical criteria of these people. It's not evil, he says. And yet, how many people were we just told this thing is murdered? And then we're told that this game is happening because they just want to Tell me, are they going out and getting the ones that actually abused them and taking it out on those people? No, they're not. They're randomly grabbing random people off the street and just killing them. And you're telling me this creature isn't evil? Treat me like the world's ruler. Only me. Only me. I am the ruler of the world. Oh, now you're doing it. Good. Good little doggy. I can't watch this drama anymore. This has been the attitude for way too long. It doesn't matter what else I'm curious about. It doesn't matter what characters I like. I cannot watch this drama anymore. And if you managed to watch all the way to this point, now you've seen it live, episode by episode. You've seen my rant videos after the fact when I try to summarize it all and show you. Now you've seen it episode by episode, what it looks like when the characters or circumstances or like the message being thrown at me, whatever, all of it together. This is what it looks like. This is the real time of how it happens. I'm so mad. I am so mad that another drama that I was looking forward to, another drama, has turned out to be one of these kind of disgusting things. Bye. Thanks for watching. Leave comments in the comment section below if you want to. I'm not telling you that you're not allowed to enjoy this story. It's up to you if you want to go enjoy this story. That's none of my business. Bye. And I just have to add this on here at the end after all, because I just did like really quick skip through in episode 36. I can't remember. Oh, because I want it to go away from my continue watching list on iChia. I want it to go away. And the only way to do that is to finish it. I have to like finish episode 36. I have to, if I click toward the end of episode 36 and let it go for a couple of seconds and it finishes, then it'll go away from my continue to watch list because I don't want it there anymore. And so I skipped through it just a tiny bit. And yeah, it looks like it has a really, really, really stupid ending, as typical of these dramas. So it's a really, really, really good thing that I decided to drop it. Bye.